what are my opinions when it comes to VantageScore? Now, the reality is I only know VantageScore through Credit Karma, right? Obviously, a lot of people, you guys know about Credit Karma. It was a company that actually gives you 2 free credit reports, and they typically are year-round on those. I mean, I still have the app on my phone right now, and I go to Credit Karma and I look at the 2 credit scores. The 2 credit scores that they give you on Credit Karma is TransUnion and Equifax. It's predicated on those 5 factors that I give you, and the range is from 300 to 850. 850 being the best, 300 being very poor credit. I personally use them just to have because it's free and so forth. Now, the bad thing is if you're pulling through Credit Karma, a lot of times with your account numbers, you don't get the actual original account number, or you don't get a piece of the account number. A lot of times they just give the creditor, the original creditor, and what collection agency may have the account, but they don't give the actual account number. Now, I'm not sure if, in fact, you can actually pay Credit Karma and get more information with regards to that. I've never done that. I typically just go through freecreditreport.com, but year-round I have Credit Karma. So there are a lot of people out there who talk about VantageScore and they say, oh, it's BS, it doesn't work. Now, for me personally, my VantageScore is lower than my FICO score. Why is that? Obviously, these are privately owned companies. They're only going to give you so much information with regards to how they're determining your VantageScore in this case. But majority of the time when I first started out and I had VantageScore and I had FICO score, my VantageScore would always be about 30 to 40 points higher. But now that I've been using VantageScore for some time now, the reality is my FICO scores, the FICO scores that I actually use are actually a little bit higher. They're about 10 to 15 points higher, sometimes even 30 points higher, depending on the timing and what's going on. So, in my opinion, I say get VantageScore. They're owned by the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, which means that obviously the information and so forth that's put on there is accurate as far as what's being reported. So everything's going to be reported on your VantageScore, because as creditors, whatever's reported to the 3 major credit bureaus, they're going to report it on VantageScore. So to me, it just depends on what it is that you're using. I always say narrow in on one of those, whether you're using FICO or whether you're using VantageScore. Narrow in on one of those and just keep it. But it never hurts to have an outside one.